Last week I was talking about leaders, military leaders in particular. This week let's talk about followers, because what else is a leader if he doesn't have any followers, right? So way back when I was young, I used to live, well, I still do, well, technically I still do. I live on a cattle farm, and back in the day, I've pulled calves out of cows, I've castrated calves, I've dehorned them, I've shoved copper bullets down their throats, I've sent them off to market, I've brought some in from market, and over the years, like our farm, the farm that I grew up on, when it started out, it was just gorse bushes and just one line of steel cattle wire to hold them all in, stone sheds, and very little metal. And then as the years progressed, we got tungsten barbed wire. You'd have 3 lines of it so that a bullock could just look at the fence and say, I'm not going near there. We'd have stronger gates, we'd have cattle crushes, we'd have a large cattle shed where we can split the herd of 50 and split them into 3 groups. If we wanted to, we could either lock down the whole herd in one field or in one shed, or we could split them into groups, or we could just single out an animal and lock him right in and do whatever we wanted with that animal. Up around the same time as we had turned our farm into something like a prison, we also learned that it's not necessary to have such heavy fencing, because we learned that, calf nuts, if you fed your cattle calf nuts, I don't know what they put in the calf nuts, but it's very addictive. And if you wanted to get cattle to come follow you, all you had to do was feed them regularly 2 or 3 times, or once or twice in the day for a week, say. And then when it was time to move them, all you'd do is you'd stand at the gate and you just rattle that bucket, and you'd see them coming over the hills and from far away. Like, just the rattle of the bucket would be enough for them to travel 500 meters, and if there was a river in between, they'd fucking cross it, you know. And then you get them up to the gate, and especially there's a major road where we have to let them cross, and it was really for our benefit that we would have somebody standing on both sides to flag the cars down and to slow, or just in case the cattle ran either way of the road. It wasn't really necessary. All you did was you just open that gate, rattle the bucket, and they'll follow you straight across the road. So what I get from that is there's 2 ways people can follow you. Either A, you can either give them something that they really want, or B, you can intimidate them, scare them into a corner and lock them down and do whatever you like with them. That's all I have to say. Think about that. Take care.